Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love is Blind, Season 6, Episode 3.
We was a little loud there, but it's okay. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Now, today, there's only going to be one episode of Love is Blind from us today. Mm-hmm. All right? So, look for that as you're watching now.
This is it.
And also, look for Ready to Love.
Yes.
Because that's going to come out today as well. Two different shows, same host, you know.
All about love.
Kind of.
Or something like it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Johnny and Amy have their big reveal. They kiss and hug on each other. They both seem to be physically attracted to each other.
Okay.
He gets on his knee and proposes with the ring.
Okay.
Amy wouldn't have approached someone that looked like him in the real world because she always goes for ethnic men. But he is an amazing man, and she is excited. Her dad had a dream her kids had light brownish, blondish hair, is what she tells him. He looks like a redhead to me, but whatever.
I got a question. When she said ethnic men, does that land better if it was the other race? Meaning, she basically says she goes for non-white men.
Right.
Right? Let's say it was, if she was to say, I only go for white guys, do that sound kind of worse? Or,
yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, when like she said.
But also, I'm black, so.
Yeah, but.
So that would sound worse to me.
But even though she said that she only go for at least my type and things like that, I felt like that was kind of like wrong to say when a guy just proposed to you and things like that. Even though I don't think she said it to him.
No, she said it to us, the audience.
But I'm just like, that's kind of strange. Okay, but I guess, I don't know. It just didn't land right with me.
I don't know. It felt like a little seed of, I'm attracted, but not how I normally would be. So maybe love is blind.
Okay, but okay, continue.
Laura shares, she's talking to the girls in the ladies' lounge, that her best technique for picking up guys was making just serious eye contact across the bar.
Is that true? Is that one of your tactics, Blair, to make eye contact with somebody?
I only tried it once, and it worked for the moment. But the person never lasted, so I don't know how well it works. I guess it works for getting somebody to talk to you.
So you just have to look, and then if he catches your eye and things like that,
then he'll come and talk to you.
He'll come and talk to you. That never worked with me.
Okay.
Right. I think it just works if it just depends. Like, if I like you, I'm gonna talk to you. If someone who I'm not attracted to staring at me, I may double take, because she said if they double take, that means you got them.
Yeah.
If I double take and I don't like you, I may just hit you with the like why are you looking at me? Exactly, and stuff like that. And she even made a joke saying, you know, some people may call protective, may put a restraining order against her, things like that.
Right.
But I think it only works for attractive women. Why don't y'all women just go and like say hi? That's actually easier. Yeah. That would actually, any attractive woman that goes to a guy and like.
But sometimes women do, but sometimes you don't want to.
I understand that, but I'm just saying the success rate of a woman going to hit on a guy is 100%.
Okay.
Because with guys, we're not used to that. So we would be startled. We wouldn't even know how to act. You know what I'm saying? Compared to just looking at me, I'd just be like, I think Shorty want to touch me tonight. Okay. That's basically what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking you like me. I'm thinking like, oh, this is an easy layup for me tonight. You get what I'm saying? That's just how I would take it. Yeah.
Well, Clayton is going through it.
Oh my gosh.
He tells, he's talking to one of the guys in the lounge. He says he has these walls up and everybody has this perception of him. He starts crying. He's not mad. He's crying. He just wants to be appreciated. And he feels like it's kind of like a strength in him crying or whatever. So Jamal, who he's talking to, shares that, you know, he has a tint on his glasses, but he cried all day the other day.
Hey, Nick, Vanessa, cut back on alcohol a little bit. Just a little bit, okay?
I think that's what's got these people all emotional, because this is a lot.
Y'all are feeding these people, y'all are giving these people alcohol without any solid foods, and Clayton over there with his lip quivering and stuff like that, crying. Over here can't put his sentences together because he's crying. Why are you crying? If you go back to last episode, I had something on my board, and I said Clayton is soft. I'm a prophet. I literally could have kept my board the same. He's soft. There's no reason for him to be crying. And just to let you know, we laughed at you, okay? Once we saw that, we was laughing. We paused it and watched it 3 times.
Because it's so crazy. Like, you do not know this girl. But I think the issue with him, which is what he's been communicating, is just that this whole experience is really playing on his own insecurities about not being enough, not being chosen by the girl he wanted. So I feel like all that stuff is playing in his head, plus the liquor, and that has him just emotional.
That don't make me feel any sympathy for you.
I'm just saying that's what's going on.
My thing is, what make you think that you could join the show to where it's about getting picked and picking whoever you want and things like that? Like, it was a one-on-one type of dating.
Yeah.
You was going to go for the girl that you may like and she may not like you. That is the reality of the show.
Yeah.
So this whole thing of
he just pumped himself in the head that he was that guy.
Well, continue.
He's that crying guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what you are. You're a crying man.
All right. Well, AD and Clay have another date. Clay apologizes for cursing and his aggression when they talked before. He was triggered by hearing her express her other connection. Yeah. He was shocked that she would connect with Matthew. AD said that she was weak and vulnerable, and Clay didn't meet her with compassion. He was hurt. She doesn't respond well to being yelled at, and he should have communicated. He hasn't done therapy and talks about his accolades because it's a defense mechanism, but deep down, he's sensitive. Deep down?
Deep down.
Deep down.
I saw it.
As soon as he said deep down, I said deep down. You mean on the surface? Anyway, he tells her he was crying. AD thinks it's a dope masculine trait that a man would allow himself to go there emotionally.
Let me just correct that for you, AD. There's nothing masculine about what Clayton did. There's nothing masculine. I know, like, you probably was doing your job and probably doing your part, and, it's okay. Because he basically just came into the pod basically like, I be crying all day. Yeah. That's basically what he did. Like, you said you like Matthew and you made me cry. That's basically what he did. And what do AD supposed to say? Right. It's okay to cry. You know what I mean? It would have been wild if she said, well, you shouldn't be crying on national TV. That's what I would have said. Okay. What would your reaction would have been, Blair? Let's say your name is AD and Clay comes to you and he basically explained this to you and things like that. Do you feel like a connection would be built right there?
Absolutely not. I would have walked out the room. Oh my goodness. And the reason is a couple things I have to say. Oh my goodness. With Clayton.
Y'all thought she was a nice one.
Clayton cursing and yelling at her, not meeting her with compassion, and then him over here crying and losing his ish.
I'm sorry.
To me, that says, oh, you don't know how to regulate your emotions.
Oh my goodness.
I don't care if you're sensitive. I don't care if you get upset or whatever the case may be. As long as you can regulate yourself. Don't be yelling at me. And don't be crying all day and ruining the day and ruining our outings. Like, to me, it just seems like you just cannot control yourself. That is a turnoff. Next, when he's talking about, I've never been to therapy, but I do these things as a defense mechanism. I'm glad you know that, but you need to be able to work through that and actually be on the other side of that. It's not enough for me to hear you say, I have this problem.
And then we therapy? Huh? Who brought up therapy? What? He did. But what made him say I haven't been to therapy? Did he just volunteer that?
Yeah.
That's strange. Okay.
Yeah, he said, I've never been to therapy. Like, I haven't worked through things or whatever. Okay. But, like, I have these defense mechanisms. And it's just like, great. I'm glad you know that. Go see a therapist and work it out. Just the fact that you know it does nothing for me. Wow. I'm glad you figured that out. Now fix it. And then come back. But that's how I would feel.
Ladies, how do y'all feel in the comments below?
Let us know.
Because I feel like a lot of women feel how Blair feel. I feel like I feel like AD probably was playing, probably trying to keep face, trying to be the nice person and things like that. AD also have this tendency, as she said, to save a brother. You get what I'm saying? But I think a lot of women, that's why I say it's not a masculine trait, and a lot of heterosexual women are attracted to men. You get what I'm saying? It's not a masculine trait to be crying like that, to not regulate your emotions in that way. There's nothing wrong with crying. That's not what I said. The way Clayton just broke down for no reason.
After screaming and hollering the day before.
No one made him cry. No one said nothing to him. He just sat down and just, that's all he did. there's no regulation to your emotions. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And that's not attractive or masculine.
Right. And then continuing on their date, AD brings up how he said he wouldn't move forward if he didn't know what her looks were like. And he says basically that he's going to get better for her. He's going to become a better person. Mm-hmm. He wrote in a journal, and this is, I guess, his form of doing the work.
Okay.
Why is his love not good enough, and how could it be?
Oh, my gosh.
If they commit to each other, they won't walk out on each other, they say. And she appreciates the man he is today. With her in his corner, she'll make sure he is the most confident guy.
AD.
You really think you're about to save and fix this man? Allow him to do that. You're on this show with all these men. Pick somebody better.
AD, I think you...
Seriously.
AD has a toxic trait.
Clearly.
And AD's trait is thinking she can... Listen, let me tell you how toxic we can be. Talk about men, right? AD can do everything she promised in her statement. I will make sure you're confident. I won't walk out on you. I will make sure you walk with your head up high, chest up and everything. And we will resent you for it.
Yeah.
That is how I'm telling you, like we are not good people sometimes as men. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to men and when it comes to confidence, when it comes to reassurance, when it comes to regulation of emotions and things like that, you need a man who is mature that can do it himself.
Yeah.
Because if you do it for him, he will resent you for it.
And to me, it's a character flaw. Like, I think a lot of things can be worked on, whether, somebody is trying to save up to buy a house or if somebody, is trying to get further in their career so they can make more money. Like, all of these external things, I'm just like, okay, given enough time,
exactly.
The fact that we're young, I think they're both in their 20s. Like, this is something we can work towards. But for somebody having this character flaw, I don't want to work on this with you.
Wow.
You need to figure out how to be a better person without me.
Something, and look, and Blair, 100%. My thing is something like confidence.
Yeah.
That is something that you shouldn't want to work with. Like at least with Clayton, you need to, for one, see if he had it on his own first.
Right.
It's one thing if we were together, I had it, I lost it, and you just relighting the fire that was there.
Right.
But Clayton haven't shown any confidence at all.
No.
So she would have to actually make the blueprint for his confidence.
She's going to have to build a man.
And then guess what? He's going to resent you for it. And you're going to make him so confident he going to cheat on you. He going to leave you. You get what I'm saying?
I think he can get somebody finer.
Exactly.
Because he's so confident
Exactly.
Now. Oh, make me want to throw up. Anyway.
Don't throw up, please.
Brittany and Kenneth. Kenneth set up a paint and dinner date.
Yeah.
She asked what ethnicity his family is.
Okay.
And that's kind of a slick way of trying to figure out, what people are looking like. Mm-hmm. So he says his is black, hers is white, and she knows people will judge, but you just have to correct them. Mm-hmm. She asked, what do you think I look like? And he thinks she has long hair.
Of course.
And she said, you sound stout.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Stocky and stout. At a good height, though.
No. Miss ma'am.
So I heard your voice coming up under the wall. You sound like a little fat man.
Miss ma'am.
Okay.
Don't try to add stocky to it, okay? If a woman ever described me as stout, right, I'm leaving out the pod. Okay? Because for one, that's the... And it's so crazy because what do you do when you decide to play that game in the sense of, hey, describe me. What do you think I sound like? You just sound very, short and chubby. You're just like, wow, I don't want to play this game no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, she ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she almost hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
Well, she hopes he's not 5'4" because he asked her what is a good height. And then he tells her that he's a worship leader at his church. And she does want to wait to have sex until marriage.
Yes. How do you feel about them?
I think they connect really good. I think they do. I don't know if she's going to be physically attracted to him, but I also feel like she might be able to overcome that. And I don't say that to say he's like a bad looking guy, but
short and chubby.
But he's, I don't know if she would like it. That's all.
Is it because he's black?
It's not because he's black. I mean, I feel like if maybe he was like more fit, you know, he didn't have his hair the way he did. Like he just has like a.
I like his hair.
Yeah, I like his hair too, but I feel like he has a particular look, and I don't know if a lot of white women would like his look.
Here's the thing with them, and this is somebody who grew up in church and things of that nature. I wish they stopped leading with church stuff.
Okay.
Because church stuff is important, but that's part of your life. You get what I'm saying? I understand they still talk about other stuff and things of that nature, but you know, with the whole I'm a worship leader at the church and things like that, especially since she's quote unquote not having sex till marriage and things like that. Don't know if she's a virgin, but it seems like she's abstinent and things like that. They have this idea to where, you know, and it's not an idea. I actually believe it, that they want God to bless them. Yeah. They want God to bless their relationship and things like that. Listen here, I know a lot of people who go to church who are bad people. You get what I'm saying? And I hope down the line that they dig more and let's just a little bit more into actual character flaws, you know, things that is more trivial, things that is more
individualistic, like who you are.
Things that you have to deal with every day.
Right.
And you don't want to be together and y'all don't connect. But the only thing keeping y'all together is this little thread that y'all love Jesus. Dude, you get what I'm saying? Okay. It's like, okay, you love Jesus, but you talk to me bad. You get what I'm saying? You love Jesus, but you treat me wrong. You know what I mean? So I hope down the line, I do like seeing them on screen. I hope down the line that we get to learn more about them more than the Christianity religion thing.
Right. Well, in the ladies' lounge, Laura is talking to one of the ladies, telling her that she really likes Jeremy. Sarah Ann also has a connection with him, but Laura hasn't said anything because she doesn't want to ruin things for Sarah Ann. She doesn't feel like Sarah Ann is strong enough to be able to handle that information. I feel like that's a lot to assume, but whatever.
I'd let him go.
Anyway, Jeremy and Laura. So Jeremy has sleep apnea and wears a CPAP at night. He also didn't bring it with him on this trip.
Oh man!
So I'm like, Jeremy, you are just playing with time, aren't you? Scary. Anyway, she's laughing and isn't turned off. Holidays he shares are pretty lonely for him. He spent Thanksgiving with his grandma and his mom, and Christmas he said he spent alone. She doesn't like Christmas anymore because her family doesn't seem to get along and they're not very religious people. Growing up, holidays were fun for him because of all the family that came around when his grandfather was still alive, when his dad was still alive, and you know, everybody would go to grandma's house. But his grandma told him that at this point in his life, if that's something he wants, then he has to create it himself.
Yeah.
And they both want to create holiday cheer for their kids, their family, and to have a really loving relationship and have baked goods, like the smell filling up the house. Like they want all of that. So.
Listen here, he built the whole scene for her.
Yes.
He basically was like, you know, I want us on our love seat in our robes and things like that. And, you know, you smelling something baking in the oven. I'm like, Dad, can I come? You know what I'm saying? You know, but no, they seem cool. But next time, bring a CPAP machine, man.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Jeremy and Sarah Ann. So Sarah Ann feels like her eyebrows are drooping and her Botox is wearing off.
Stop right there. Automatically, I'm walking out the room.
You're not into that?
No, I'm not into that at all. Because the fact that I can't see you, you put an image in my head that you may need that. Oh. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm like, dang, you already enhancing how you look? You may be one of those like, dude, you know how there was a trend where everybody was trying to go after like the Kim K look and things like that, or like the Kylie look and things. So all you saw was like Kim K lookalikes. And when you say things like that, especially since I know you're not 50 or 55 or 60, and you talk about Botox, and then eventually as you go get to lip fillers and things like that, it kind of puts in my mind what type of person you are, even though I could be wrong. And I'll be like, I'm off you. I'm off you. I don't think she should have led with that. But that's just my opinion.
And she does reveal she has fillers in her lips. Yeah. And she wants someone who is cool with taking pictures of her.
Oh, my God. You see what I mean?
He asked her how many followers she has on Instagram. She has 4,000. Okay. And she has 31,000 followers on TikTok. She also jokes about starting an OnlyFans, which she doesn't have. I don't know. She
just comes off as one of those social media type of people. Like, you know, I just want someone that can take pictures of me all day. And I'm just like, whoa, Botox, lip fillers, social media. I think that's not my wave.
And to me, that's not fun. Like, and maybe I'm speaking from a perspective of like, I deleted all my social media like years ago, of me just like posting myself and stuff like that. I think it's fun to capture like moments and experiences and vacations and, you know, certain things that you want to look back on. And I actually like started like a photo album because I wanted to have like photo albums like when I was a kid. So stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, to me, I just feel like it kind of ruins the moment if you're over here trying to get the perfect shot of somebody to post on their Instagram and they don't even know half the people that follow them. Like, what does it matter if they like it or not? But, you know, I could be biased, but whatever. So she jokes. So for politics, she's more conservative and she is a huge patriot. She says she has more left friends and she doesn't judge them, but she prefers to talk politics with people who have more similar views with her. Okay. That's because they don't challenge you. Okay, so she thinks, because they get on the topic of abortion. Because she brings up, you know, like abortion and stuff. And he's like, well, what are your thoughts on abortion? And she thinks that if you've suffered sexual violence, abortion should be an option, but it shouldn't be used as a form of birth control if you were a consenting adult and laid down with somebody. Okay. He doesn't think a man should have an opinion on what women should do with their bodies. And then he also says that he thinks people should be able to love who they want to love. She does not get into that. She asks if his parents would want to meet his significant other if, you know, he met somebody in the process. And he says that his dad passed, but his mom would like to meet her. He'd like to take her to his dad's cemetery in Florida. He considers that his safe space. He takes a chair out, chills there, talks to his dad, and she says that she would be honored to go.
Listen here. Dude, you know what? I would have asked the minute that she gave her her view on abortion. What? I would have asked her, did she ever got an abortion? Because you'd be very surprised at those who have those views. But they had abortions. Yeah. And things like that. She just comes off as a little airheady to me. Like, she's like an airhead. She asks them about who does he follow on Instagram, what does his followers look like. He like, I just follow people I know. You know, maybe some sports, or maybe she was talking to another guy like that. Yeah. But it just comes off as she just not it just seems like you're gonna have to continuously build her up because she's looking for something that is like a moving goalpost.
Some type of validation.
Exactly. And one day it could be TikTok. Another day it could be followers on social media. Another day it could be you. Another day it could be how she looked. It just seemed it just moves too much for me. I'm off her completely. Yeah.
Well, Kenneth says that Brittany would be the first white girl that he would be with.
Okay, Kenneth.
We get to Kenneth and Brittany's date. Kenneth gets her flowers. He proposes, and she says yes.
Of course.
Brittany has never felt so safe and so loved, and they both share with their respective lounges that they are engaged. Jessica's crying to one of the girls, saying that she loves Jimmy, and it's just this electric feeling pulsating through her body.
Okay. It's called liquor.
Jimmy and Jessica, they have wine and pasta. Yeah. He asks what her typical day is like. She explains her day, including caring for her daughter, because she's a mother and her daughter is part of her life. Jimmy was cracking his knuckles. In his face, he looked bored as all get out. And then he said he was cracking his knuckles to get on her nerves because she was like, "Are you cracking your knuckles?"
Jimmy,
he was
what's
like,
wrong with you?
"Yeah." She asked what his social media following is like, and he says he follows college friends, sports, comedians, and she asked because guys have wanted to look at naked girls before, and she doesn't want him lusting after other women. She's like, it's fine if it pops up on your feed, but to go out searching for that stuff, like, she doesn't want a guy who does that. He says that he's a lover boy. Jessica reveals to him that he is her person and her body has a physical response to him. He should still keep dating, but if he chooses her, she wants to be the first pick. He appreciates her and how she's been blunt is his response.
Two things. Cracking your knuckles to try to get a reaction is weird. Jimmy, James, whatever your name is, right? Also, you can't control that man what he look at on his phone. and guess what? Most men, if not all, go look up a naked body every now and then. Now, I understand if you mean like you don't want someone addicted to where they're paying for it.
Yeah, like porn addiction.
Exactly. There's that. But like you really can't control what that man look up on his phone. You just hope and pray you got a normal guy. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I think as the electric feeling that she's feeling in her body for him, he's feeling the total opposite, and it's coming out in cracked knuckles. You get what I'm saying?
Every time she brings up her daughter, he looks like he's over it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jimmy and Trevor acknowledge that they are in some type of love triangle star situation.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Chelsea, they have a sushi date. Chelsea's feeling emotional about potentially making someone else sad. And apparently there's tension in the house. Chelsea was questioned if she was dating Jimmy, and then the girl was pissed. So we can assume Jessica. Mm-hmm. Chelsea says that between you guys, Chelsea says, that's between you guys, but it has nothing to do with me, between you and Jessica. Like, I don't want that energy brought to me. Mm-hmm. Jimmy knows that she's talking to Trevor, but he understands that everybody is just trying to find their best match. Mm-hmm. He still has a lot he wants to learn about Chelsea. After the divorce conversation, Chelsea wasn't pleased with his response, but she still wanted to keep talking to him. He was upset with himself that he didn't respond better, but he shared, he had a tough day. Chelsea apologizes. We don't really know what she's apologizing for.
Me neither. I still don't know what she apologizing for.
Jimmy says that he's happy and he's happy with her. He talks about them going out on dates and traveling together. She starts crying and she's speechless because he is visualizing their life together. Mm-hmm. He tells her she's special and she says this is exactly what I came here for. Chelsea says you are everything I've ever wanted in my entire life.
Listen here. I ain't hear him cracking his knuckles over there.
No. He was fully engaged.
Exactly. Anything on that?
No.
Let's go.
Trevor and Chelsea. Chelsea is the only person he wants to continue talking to. Yeah. He couldn't sleep last night because he was thinking about her, and he wants her to narrow it down to whenever she's ready to, because he wants to be an authentic number one choice.
It's just a little pressure, no pressure, but a little pressure,
He can see marriage with Chelsea, and Chelsea thinks life with him would be fun. He tells her he loves her. She says she's going to pass out, but she reassures him it's a good reaction. She's over the moon, and the whole reason she's there is to find someone who really cares for her.
Okay.
Chelsea shares to the ladies in the ladies' lounge that Trevor said, "I love you." She's used to guys being mean to her, and she didn't expect that to come out. He asked about Jimmy, and she doesn't want to make the wrong decision when it's time to make a choice.
Oh my goodness! Is there anything else that happened on this episode?
That's it.
Is there anything that stood out to you?
Chelsea, I think she's getting wooed by guys being kind, which is fine because a lot of guys are not kind. There's so many Clays out here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't consider that love bombing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I think that she really needs to see who she really gels with. I think Jimmy's response to the marriage thing, I think he's still going to feel a way about that. I don't know if it's going to come up again, but Trevor was really unfazed, authentically unfazed. Yeah. And I think that she really could have a better time with him. So, yeah. What do you think?
AD, they about to make you a main character on this show. And if you're a main character on this show, it's not because you have a great relationship. People, you are making people, what's the word? I tune in to watch you. People are eventually want to tune in to watch your roller coaster.
Right.
Dude, you get
That's
what I'm
a perfect way to put it.
So people are not tuning in to be like, oh my goodness, AD, you're doing a great job. We love your relationship. You're so happy. No. Eventually, what's going to happen is once people find love, we're like, okay, that's good with them. You get what I'm saying? Once we want to see the car wreck. And that's what you're setting yourself up. You're driving without a seatbelt.
Pretty much.
You get what I'm saying? With Clay, you seem, and I don't know what they tell them behind the scenes in the sense of the show. I know how you say everybody doesn't get camera time, everyone doesn't get picked to be basically a main cast of the show. So I don't know if it is to their benefit, like, hey, get a connection so you could be on the show. So I don't know if AD is kind of forcing this square peg into the circle hole.
That's what I feel like.
Because she's like, just give me a chance to be on the show while at the same time I get to get love and things like that. And I think she's basically like, we're on the 8th day.
Yeah.
And I really can't restart with nobody because I'm going back to the ladies' lounge. I'm hearing people say, I love you. I'm hearing this. Some people coming in marriage. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she's like, I kind of got to stick with Clay.
Yeah.
Even though he's erratic with his emotions, you know? So guess what? We about to be entertained by your decision.
All right.
You know, anything else?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good. Remember, episode 3 is out now as you just watched it. And Ready to Love, the new episode, will be coming out after this. There will not be a 4th episode of Love is Blind today, but it will be tomorrow.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
I mean,
we're ready to go.
Are we ready to go? I keep saying you're ready. Y'all be good.
Bye, y'all.